What's up, guys? I hope you're all having a great day. And today's video really shows how stupid of a kid I was when I was younger. It wasn't super long ago, and I am still pretty stupid when it comes to certain things, but I think I've improved a lot. And this story time definitely wasn't peak immaturity. I feel like I got mature at a young age and then lost maturity and then kind of gained it back. And I think I'm doing pretty good right now. But I am starting to get a little sidetracked. So anyway, this story takes place like 4.5 years ago when I was in grade 8 in middle school. For the most part during middle school, nothing really crazy did happen other than this. There might be a few other things, but I had a girlfriend that I think kind of put me in line with some things. But yeah, I woke up, ate some Fruit Loops, and this is when my mom worked pretty close to my school. It was like a kilometer or less away, so it wasn't as much of a stress on her, which was good. And yeah, I got dropped off, and I got there just before the bell. Went to my locker, dropped off my bags because most of my classes I didn't even need anything from it. And then I went to the cafeteria. And this school had a really small cafeteria, so there was just a few benches. And yeah, I was talking to my friends for a bit while I waited for the class to start. And my first class was this computer class where we would just like learn how to type better and stuff, and without looking at the screen, which was boring as hell to me. And my teacher was a pretty big prick. But there was one day where we made these portraits of different people where we'd basically just copy over already made portraits of what we chose. And I remember I ended up doing a Lil Skies portrait, and I just remember enjoying that quite a bit. But rather than that, I kind of hated the class. And anyway, that passed. And then I had second period, but my friend Trevor had different plans, and he wanted to go to McDonald's. And at this school, it was a closed campus, so we couldn't leave the school property, which I didn't really care. I was just telling him, like, maybe we should just wait for lunch, because I don't really feel like getting in trouble. And he's like, no, let's just go. I have a really fun thing planned we can do after we get food. And so we walked there. It's pretty close, which is really unfortunate when you're not supposed to leave the school. But everybody did anyway. So yeah, we took off. Took like 5-10 minutes to get there. And we'd always take this shortcut through this fence beside a gas station that you just squeeze through. And after that, it's like a minute and you're in the building. And I remember getting a McGangbang because I just figured out what that was. And for who doesn't know what that is, it's a McDouble and a junior chicken like put together. It's pretty good. I haven't had it like since pretty much, but I remember it being pretty good then. And there's two sides in this McDonald's. There's a play place and then there's just the dining one. But we go to the play place just to fuck around, and you can play on these little tablet screen things. And we were playing this game that we were like having to connect all these like frog hands together. And once you get them all in the right sequence or whatever, you win the level. So we were just taking turns doing that. And while it's my turn, I look at Trevor, and he's like looking out the window, and I just see his face completely change. And he's like, I just made eye contact with our teacher. And I was like, what? No, you didn't. Isn't that fucker supposed to be teaching us? And he's like, dude, I swear to God. And I'm like, oh, fuck. Well, that sucks. I don't really want to deal with the principal or anything, or get in trouble, because my mom might get pissed. And he's like, same here, dude. And I was like, well, why would we come here then? And he's like, I'll tell you after. Maybe our teacher didn't recognize me or something, hopefully. But just to be safe, let's fucking go in the play place. And I'm like, not a bad idea. Well, let's go. And we're just watching our teacher order food. And he actually comes into the play place, like looking around the corner. And I cleaned up our food before we went into the play place because we had a little bit of time before he actually entered the building because he was still driving. And so our teacher looks around, looks up at the play place, almost looks right at us, But we were in this spot where we could see him, but he couldn't see us. So that was pretty lucky. And then after, we go down and we just wait a bit, because after our teacher came in, he just left. So once we waited like 5 minutes or something, so we were feeling more safe that we wouldn't get caught on our way out. And then we start walking back. And when we get to the shortcut that I was talking about earlier, I go through the fence first, and then he goes through, and then I keep walking, and then he's like, wait bro, stop. And I'm like, what's up? And he's holding up this bag, this like big ass bag of shrooms, and I'm like, come on man. So he's like, bro, you don't have to take many, but I think it would just be fun if you took them with me during school, because our teacher's a fucking dumbass, and it'll help us pass time. And I'm like, dude, but I don't want to risk getting in trouble with not only the school, but the police. And he's like, no, it's fine. We won't get caught. You don't even have to do that many. We can just like microdose this shit, so it just gives us more of an enjoyable time during our shitty science class. And it might even open up our minds about the stuff we learn in it. And I'm like, dude, you're so fucking stupid. It's not going to help us in class. It's just going to make us think we're being smart, but in reality, we look like fucking drug addicts. And he's like, bro, they're just shrooms. It's not like it's fucking meth. And I'm like, yeah, I know, but still, I don't want to be off my ass in class. And he's like, well, just take a couple. And I'm like, I don't know, man. How many are you taking? And he's like, oh, you know, just a handful. And he has so fucking many. And I'm like, well, you know what? You're going to be fucking off your ass. And if you do get caught, I probably won't be, because you'll be much more noticeable than I will. And so yeah, I take them. So yeah, I fell into peer pressure once again. So I eat like 2 of them, and he takes his nice little handful, and we get walking back to school. And when we get back to school, it's like just about lunchtime, so we had to wait outside for a little bit. But once we got back in, it was fine, and we actually didn't end up getting caught leaving the school, which was nice, because almost every time we would, because this school had like too many cameras. So once we go back into school, we go into the cafeteria, and there's always a big ass line of people getting food from the canteen. And it was like stir fry and sushi day, and I seen a couple of my friends in line, so I just fucking hop in with them, and so does Trevor, because there's no way I'm missing out on sushi and stir fry. Like, come on. And while we do this, Trevor is just telling everybody that we're on shrooms, and we just took them, and they're probably kicking in soon. And I'm like, dude, shut the fuck up. I don't want to get caught, dude. I told you this already. You can tell them you're on shrooms, but don't tell anybody I'm on shrooms, because I don't want to get in trouble, man. And he's like, alright, man, sorry. And I'm like, it's all good. Just don't continue to do what you're doing. And then we get to the science class that we're always dreading about. And this teacher wasn't awful, but he had some pretty bad anger issues, and you would always see this fucking big ass vein on his forehead pop out every time you did something stupid. But anyway, me and Trevor were just sitting at the back of the class. Everything was going good still. But then our teacher starts talking about molecular geometry, and Trevor's trying so hard to comprehend what he was listening to. And I think that's when he started kind of tripping. And then off my microdosage, I was just like laughing at his ass trip off these mushrooms. And as I'm laughing at him, struggling to comprehend science, I start looking up at the lights, and I swore they kept dimming in and out. And it was the weirdest thing. But then I just started laughing my ass off about it. And we probably just look like zombies. And our teacher notices that. And he's like, Mason, Trevor, what the fuck are you guys doing? And now he didn't actually say that. He didn't swear, but you could just tell if he wasn't out of school, he'd be fucking swearing. And we're both like, what? And he's like, pay attention, or I'm gonna send you to the office. And I'm like, okay. And then I look at Trevor, and he looks at me, and we just made this face where you could tell we were both like, oh fuck. So we just started locking in, because I did not want to get in trouble. And after that happened, I was just kind of, I would want to laugh, but I would just kind of like put my head down and like hold my breath almost until I didn't find whatever I thought was funny anymore. So that strategy kind of helped us out in this situation. But rather than that, yeah, kind of ran smoothly. Trevor was still tripping his ass off the entire class, but when he wasn't making any noises, so that was kind of my bad. And so once I stopped laughing out loud, it was kind of good from there. And nothing really happened for me after that. It was kind of just a light thing. But for Trevor, when he went to the 4th period class, he told me when the class was over that he felt like the walls were closing in on him. So yeah, I kind of freaked him out, but the teacher didn't really catch him because he kind of was just scared in silence. But yeah, that's the story about how me and my friend got high at school on mushrooms. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more. Let me know of any similar experiences you guys had, because I would love to read those. Thank you guys all so much for watching, and see you in the next one. Later.